Back at you. What do you think of this one, the rematch, which is coming up soon, ladies?
No, Martina, what do you think of it? Should anything change from 1 year on and a round earlier?
Well, it's still the same big serve that Venus Williams owns, and the question is, can Justine Henin return it enough times to get into the points and hopefully break more than just once?
Very good questions, aren't they? I mean, we watched last year's match, and it was able to put together one very good set. Has she got it in her from what you've seen of her play this year to put together two good sets?
I think when we were talking about, you said she needs to do it in 2 sets, and I agree.
Yeah.
To keep that kind of level of concentration over 3 sets, it can be overwhelming. And against the Williams sisters, you really are on your toes the whole time. And I think Henin has a much better chance to win in 2 rather than 3 sets.
Here's what happened last year, and Justine Henin said as soon as she got broken 2-love down in the third, she knew it was over. The important numbers, obviously, Martina. I mean, the breaks.
Well, Henin had just that 1 break point. You got to create more chances than that for yourself. With Venus Williams having 14 break opportunities, her numbers weren't that great, 5 of 14. But hey, when you have that many chances, you know that you're going to break. So Henin's got to get the ball back and somehow make Venus play more balls and hopefully put some pressure on.
Are you assuming that by the end of the day the Williams sisters will be in the final, or what? I mean, Mauresmo's obviously playing very, very well at 2.
It would still be difficult to bet against them, but I think we got 2 women that really do believe they can take it to them. And that's the number 1
not often
step.
true.
1 minute.
Absolutely not. A lot of women go on the court just hoping to put in a good show, but I think both Henin and Mauresmo think they can win, and that's the key, and maybe they will.
Ladies and
I wouldn't bet on it, though.
No.
Please make sure you take
It
all
will
your
be
belongings
something to
with you.
watch.
If you have a mobile phone with you, please make
Justine
sure it is
Henin, the
switched
number
off.
6 seed
Thank you.
from Belgium. And she really has played consistently aggressively throughout the tournament, though she has not had as smooth a ride by far as Venus Williams to get here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Venus Williams to the right of the chair won the toss and chose to set.
Venus Williams in danger of losing that number 1 ranking if her sister wins today. Even if Venus were to win the title for the 3rd time straight, Serena Williams can overtake her if she beats Mauresmo today. And as you can see, she had one tough round, Martina, the 3rd round. We love the Drake. That was Maureen Drake of Canada.
You throw that out, that set out, and you have complete domination. Only 1 player to get it to 3 games in a set. That is just amazing power tennis, total overpowering of the opposition.
For Justine Henin, just 20 years old, and really she feels older than that. She feels she's much more mature 1 year on and ready to play a big match like this in a great arena and do some damage. As you can see, she's had a much tougher time of it against Brie Ripner, the young American. And again, tough times against Dementieva. Monica Seles beating her in straights. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
And as Justine said, she's had tougher opposition than Venus, certainly on the way, particularly the last 2 rounds. And I didn't think she was going to beat Seles because she wasn't that impressive the first 4 matches. But against Seles, she raised her game at least a notch, maybe 2, and played the best match of the tournament by far. If she can play like that, she's in the match.
Does she have another notch to go to beat Venus Williams? That's my question.
Well, maybe Venus will force her to get up there. You know, you're only as good as your opposition, really. I mean, you can dominate, but still you don't play your best tennis unless you play somebody that's as good or better than you, and they can raise your level to another stage yet. So, yeah, I think she can still play better tennis.
We just saw the last time they played was at Amelia Island. Again, we talk about Justine Henin's nerves. Henin was up 6-2, 4-love in that final and ended up losing it 7-6 in the 3rd. And 3 times she was 2 points away from beating this woman.
She should have won that match. I saw that match, and she definitely had it on her racket.
First set.
I think one thing that's easier here is the semifinal of Wimbledon. You're just playing Venus Williams. You're not playing to win the whole tournament, so that might make it a little easier. And also, she's the underdog, so we'll see. I don't think she'll want to make the same mistake again as she did in Amelia Island.
Love.
not too long ago, Leighton, you had 4 match points in the 3rd set. Now Sheng Schalken coming up with it in the 4th. Well, that's pretty stuff, huh? Right from the return.
Justine hit a better return than she expected, so she snuck in late after she saw what a great shot she hit. And here she was in an awkward situation. Hit a nice little half volley. Venus choosing to slice. Normally she likes to drive that ball. Well-constructed point.
And the error there, a break point chance right off.
And right away, they have a completely different match than we had last year. And on her first break point opportunity in the very first game, that's what we were talking about. She needs more of those chances. You have a chance to get back in the match, even if it's a small one. You gotta make those.
Keep in mind, the second women's semifinal will be on NBC. Serena Williams and Amelie Mauresmo. Boy, that feels like a good one.
That could be a great match. It'll be a fun one to watch. I'll be watching.
15.
Chris can do the commentary. Too bad I can't hear her here.
We'll ask her to emote.
Maybe I'll go sit in the booth and intimidate her.
Yeah, that's nice. 15 love.
I finally saw Chris today for the first time. It was so nice to see her again. Henin hangs in there.
30 love.
It's just so tough to play Venus physically. You got to run down all those balls, and then of course mentally you have to stay so sharp and so with yourself.
Hard to stay optimistic around her too.
You have to keep believing and keep plugging away, and not get overawed by just the size of Venus Williams.
30-15.
Just long on the baseline. This titanium paste, will make fun of it, but it really helps. It doesn't spread nearly as much as the chalk used to. You still get the puff of white when you hit the line, and it still slows down the ball, so the bounce is still different, but it doesn't spread around, so the lines are nice and tight.
Just a little anxious maybe, huh? You know, that forehand and now that backhand.
But he just, I mean...
Just ready for this to be over.
Anna is defending the whole time. She's just slicing the backhand, floating it. Venus is 2 feet inside the baseline. Anna is at least 2 feet behind the baseline. Case closed.
For Justine, but when we come back, about 1 hour and 13 minutes old. And after just the first couple of games of the first set, it seemed that Venus Williams had very good grasp of the situation. We don't yet know who she'll play, but she's got nice looking records against her sister and against Amelie Mauresmo.
New balls.
Although her sister, of course, beat her in the last Grand Slam, the French. But 2 majors before that, it was Venus taking her sister in the US Open final.
And you definitely get the feeling this match is over, since Henin only had 2 break points, converted once. And serving with new balls. Venus makes no mistake with this one.
15 love.
And again, Henin not doing enough with that second serve return. I hate to be repetitive, but that's the deal. First serve, you just try to get back. Second serve, you have got to get on the offensive and force the issue. Came in 1 shot too late.
She did, didn't she?
Nice idea, but 1 shot too late.
69-mile-an-hour serve.
See right there, that return, you've got to do more with that. Then the approach was too short. The return was hard and deep, but that's the one she should have come in on. Also, that's when the server is least balanced. Right after you serve, you're still sort of getting yourself together, footwork-wise. Once the point is in, even on the second hit, you're already set, so it's easier to hit the passing shot. 3 match points.
40 love. Let first serve. $40-15.
Venus Williams serving 46% first serves in, only down 2 break points the whole match. That's amazing.
$40-30.
2 forehand errors in a row with Justine Williams. The mom is shaking her large afro head. But still a match point. There you go.
Game, set, match.
It was in the books
Williams.
while the ball was still in the air.
6-3,
A straight sets
6-2.
win against Justine, who had every intention of making this a very, very difficult battle for the 2-time defending champion. But in the end, Venus Williams had 3 love service games, had broke 4 times against Justine, played very, very well at the net.
19 of 25 net points. Out-aggressed Justine Henin, and who would have thought that the break of serve that Justine Henin got in the first game was the only break we were going to see from her. It started hopefully for her, but she just couldn't keep it going. Again, I don't think she was aggressive enough. You have got to take it to Venus Williams. You're not going to beat her from the baseline, and you got to make her think, and she never threatened her, really.
So Venus Williams on to her 3rd Wimbledon final in a row.
And what a great match Venus Williams played.
Yeah.
Just solid, solid stuff. Well done.
And Barry McKay is actually going to be able to grab Venus Williams as she's coming off the court.
Does Venus know this? Oh, she'll stop and make Barry sweat it out a little bit. Sign some autographs. It's difficult. You want to sign, but man, that bag weighs a lot.
Please do not leave property.
How many bags? How many rackets are in there?
I carry about 5 or 6. I would think that's about what Venus has. But then you got other stuff, you know, extras. Although she wouldn't change a shirt, would she? She's wearing a dress. I don't know. Maybe that should be a feature. Maybe we'll have Barry ask her, what's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
You want to know what's in the purse that the Queen is carrying? We want to know what's in Venus Williams' racket bag. Accessories, you know, hairpins, jewelry, extra watch. I don't know. Probably have some tape and scissors in case some hair gets out of the way or a
You have
loose
12
string.
pairs of glasses in yours.
I have a whole bunch of glasses. I'm like double up on all the ones. Indoor, outdoor, yellow, sunglasses.
We've seen Venus already win the championship twice, Martina. Is this the best ball she's ever played coming into the final?
Quite possibly. I just don't see any chinks in her armor. I mean, she served again like 46% first serves in, but she was not even threatened on her second serve.
All right, Barry McKay is with Venus Williams. Bear?
All right, Mary Venus, congratulations. Happy 4th of July. Nice present for everybody at home.
Yeah, I gotta say hi to everybody. Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma. I love you.
Venus, big match today. You certainly played better than a year ago. It was a little tighter against her. What'd you do differently this year?
You know, more than anything, I just felt confident in myself, just as a player and competitor, and I just took that confidence out there on the court, and I think that's what really counted today.
Big match later, Serena going against Mauresmo.
Yeah.
What do you think your sister has to do to win that match, and you guys might match up again?
Yeah, she's a fighter, Serena. I mean, even if it's not her best day, it's hard to beat her just because she hates to lose. So she's been playing well, serving big, and I think the odds are with her, but you never know, but I'm on her side.
And if you should meet a three-peat for you, if you can do it, what do you think?
That'd be real nice. Hopefully, I'll take her. You know, I'm still on my side as a competitor, but I'd love for Serena to be in the final, and I guess we have yet to see.
Venus, congratulations and good luck.
Thanks.
Back to you, Mary.
All right, well done, Bear. She seems very, very relaxed, doesn't she? We're going to be going away from this. Stay with us. When we come back, it'll be Ernie Jones.
On the same side of the net.
You know, you can't even get the ball past them when they're playing singles. How are you going to get the ball past them when they have half a court each? I mean, that's an impossible thing to even think about right now. They're both so tall, great reach, great power.
Ready. And the Wimbledon champions in doubles 2 years ago. 15. The sisters have been so remarkable that they rarely play doubles, but basically when they do enter, they win.
They've won 4 Grand Slam doubles titles, and Serena's won a couple of mixed doubles titles. Plus the Olympics.
Right, the sisters, and they've won each of the slams in the doubles and the Olympics.
They almost always play Wimbledon, though, because that's the one tournament that they want to get that extra practice on the grass, since they don't get it otherwise. They don't come over here and play the warm-up tournament, so a lot of the top players feel that way. Let's enter the doubles or enter the mixed and get 1 extra match a day. It's a good idea because practice courts are tough here.
Especially in a week like this where there's been rain every day.
Yeah, they don't cover the practice courts, so sometimes the practice courts aren't available the whole day, and you have to go indoors, which they have a great indoor facility across the street. It's not the same, though.
Katarina Srebotnik is serving. I just assumed everybody knew that.
I remember when these two first came on the scene, it was Serena and Venus didn't really know how to play doubles the correct way, and it was 2 singles players playing doubles together, and there are little snickers amongst the women in the locker room because they really did know the right doubles moves, and now they're 2 top players in the world playing doubles. Nobody's snickering anymore.
Right, but are they still that way, though?
I think they've learned a lot in the last 3 or 4 years about how to play doubles.
That's I was going to ask you, they are the two best singles players in the world. If they played doubles with even semi-regularly, could they be the best doubles team?
I think so. I think, again, the two most important shots in doubles are the first serve and the return serve. And who better than them? I mean, that's where they excel.
And so they start with the sisters with a break of serve.
First game.
And Jacques Roga from Belgium, the president of the International Olympic Committee. Among the honored guests in the royal box at center court. In the semifinals on this court 2 years ago, it was Venus Williams in a one-sided match.
Thank you.
Now it is Serena serving for the set.
This is, see what happens here. You've talked about this a lot, Chris, which is so true, that preparation. And she gets the racket back so early. She lines it up.
The first thing I noticed about them when they came on the scene, even when they were little tykes, is they got that racket back way before anybody else got their racket back, and they were ready for it.
Big contrast in the set. Serena with a lower first serve percentage, but winning virtually every point on her first serve.
She's backing it up. I mean, she's winning the rallies.
You talk about great defense from Venus there. She was way off the court. She was able to muster up this serious effort to get that forehand back and get herself in this game. Give Serena something to think about here at 30-all. She's in a lot more trouble. Venus is ball just inside the baseline.
So a point for Venus to level the set. And she does. Serving at this same spot. Second set, but serving at 5-6 to Jennifer Capriati. Serena there played a great game, held, won the tiebreak, won the third set.
And she was also, let's not forget, up 5-2. 2 breaks. So, and then lost 4 straight games. So she proved there she could pull herself together. And let's see if she does here. Take this to a first set tiebreak.
I mean, those are the types of shots that we haven't seen Venus hit this whole tournament. She's really had very few errors. Serena forcing her to go for shots she normally wouldn't have to go for.
other player, is there any other player who could make Venus have to play that much defense?
Or how about hit that many one-handed backhands, you know, to really get her stretched. Look at this, just stab that ball back, and she looks so off balance. Nobody can make her look like that but her little sister.
Well, you got to love this effort, though, right now by these two sisters fighting it out in the finals of Wimbledon.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
So Serena does pull herself together.
Nice dramatic way to end this first set.
6 games all, first set tiebreak.
All right, she doesn't even want to watch. She's like laughing about it. It's just, you know, in a sense, it's a win-win situation. You felt that she was pulling a little bit for Serena. She picked Serena to win the French Open. She said Venus has had her time, and Serena's turn now. I always sense that Richard and Venus were, you know, just that touch closer because, you know, Venus was the one winning the tournaments and she was the oldest, and Orsi was always taking care of Serena, you know, when they were watching Venus in the semis or in the finals, and Serena wasn't doing as well.
Who'd she pick for this match?
Nobody. Yeah,
talk about this being a win-win situation. It's hard to imagine a better situation.
Right. For the whole family.
And it is a family where there are 3 older sisters. Venus and Serena are the 4th and 5th. 3 older sisters all continuing their studies. These two were bred to be tennis champions. Big first serve. Not, we should emphasize, at the expense of education.
Richard Williams, Serena said, told her at the age of 6 years old, you know, you're going to be a tennis champ. You're going to be #1. So Serena said, I just grew up believing it, so it's not a big deal.
She's pulled herself back together. Couldn't finish it off as she served for the first set. Struggled at 5-all, but right now there's the forehand that we saw most of this match.
A little squeal from Serena.
3-2, Miss Serena Williams.
Normally you let this ball bounce, but Venus felt comfortable enough to take it early, finish it off. You don't want to risk a bad bounce, I suppose, in this grass court.
Maybe she doesn't want to have to think too much either at this point. Just react.
Yes.
Change ends at 4-2 Serena. In this first set tiebreak, 7 points wins the tiebreak. You must win by 2. You hear isolated cries from the center court crowd for one player or the other, but I still think
still quiet.
Well, they don't know.
No, it's difficult.
No favorite.
They don't want to offend anyone, I think.
Isolated cry. Pretty much says it all. She's in a winning position there.
4-3, Miss Serena Williams.
Venus has been scrambling and hustling, trying to find a way to pull this first set out, and she needed that point. drop shot, not good.
Oh, the first fist came up from Serena. This was a pretty weak drop shot right
Serena
here.
Williams.
Showed she's not entirely comfortable coming up not on her own terms.
I can't remember seeing even a set where Venus has been on defense so much as in this first set. And now she knows
Serena Williams.
on those 2 points it may have gotten from her. Serena taking a slight pause to gather herself 3 set points.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, that's a new tactic. Venus stopped running entirely at that point. It's changing tactics midstream. The end of the first set tiebreak. Serena's got 2 more set points to go. She called the right. Up goes wide. Hold on here. Did she? No, she didn't.
Serena Williams.
No mistake.
Third ace, Serena Williams, the first set.
Keep everyone on their toes.
Hey, you, I want to...
Serena Williams was bounding back, was at the U.S. Open last fall when she made the finals. The real signal she sent up, though, was this year in Miami, which is in many ways the 5th of the majors. And she beat in consecutive matches Martina Hingis, Venus, and Capriati to win that championship. And then on to Paris, and now 1 game from a Wimbledon championship.
To run all that way and miss the easiest shot in the rally.
15 love.
Serena's moved better today. There's no question about it. And I think that first serve percentage of Venus, 70%, and Serena's still picking the balls off and breaking her so many times. Perhaps now they won't be practicing quite as much. I mean, I think that really does favor Serena when they practice. Serena knows her serve better than anyone. She knows exactly where it's going. She knows the pace. She's used to it. And that's the one shot that hurts every other player that plays Venus.
Look at this. 3 easy points. It's Serena a triple match point after only an hour and 17 minutes of play.
And there is your new Wimbledon champion. A Williams dethroned, a Williams
7-6
as the new champion.
6-3.
she's holding it in. That excitement normally would have been jumping all over the place, but out of respect for her sister Venus.
And I don't sense there may be quite the happiness for her sister that Venus had in Paris a month ago. I'm not sure. We'll see if she takes photographs of this ceremony.
Yeah.
So a new champion at Wimbledon, and for the first time in 6 years, a woman has completed what may well be the toughest double in the sport. The French Open and Wimbledon back-to-back, just a month apart. Steffi Graf, the last to do it in 1996. And she does have a champion smile, doesn't she?
Well, she really did play an outstanding match there today, Ted, and it was a well-deserved victory for her. A chance to hoist that Wimbledon trophy.
And she won the match. Venus didn't lose it. This quality of play from both players was pretty good today.
And, you know, Chris, that's a great point. 2 sets here, just as it was at Roland Garros, 6-3 in the second, but less than half the unforced errors today as in the match in Paris. It looked like Venus had righted herself to get back on serve at 3-4, but Serena broke, and then a good, strong game to close.
Well, to me, it's the serve. The serve is more rhythmic. It's a motion that's very free-flowing, and it's an excellent one. And Serena had the decided edge on the serve today, and that made a big difference. Easy game for her when she was serving for the match.
Think about the company she's in. How about these names? Billie Jean King, Yvonne Goolagong, Margaret Court, Chris Evert, Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf. Those are the only other women to do the French Wimbledon back-to-back.
I'm amazed that she could do it, and I actually picked Venus because of the fact that I just thought Serena was so excited about winning the French that it would take her really a lot of trouble to get back down to earth and to get psyched up again for Wimbledon. And she did it, and mental toughness has never been her big asset in the past, but boy, this year she's a different player. Look at this, 4-0 against Jennifer Capriati, 3-0 now against Venus.
In boxing, they call that the undisputed #1. She is the champion. Serena Williams, the trophy presentation next. Club at Wimbledon. That's a welcome sight in the second week. And the Williams sisters may well have put to rest many of the concerns about their ability to compete in a championship match. Certainly not Venus's best match, but they competed. And there'll be one break in tradition today at Wimbledon for the Ladies' Championship. The Duchess of Kent normally presents the championship trophy. A family commitment has prevented her from taking part today.
The crowd acknowledging Venus and how difficult it was for her to play her sister.
And now Serena Williams to lift on high what is most curiously named the Venus Rosewater Dish.
Well, they already printed Williams last night. They could print the name earlier than ever. Just a matter of which initial. I think it's apropos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chair umpire, Mrs. Jane Harvey.
And now the one British representative in this championship, Jane Harvey, is in the chair. And that's one of the... I'm looking at John as I say, this is one of the nice traditions here at Wimbledon, the chair umpire being honored.
After the two women's players, I don't know if that's a little unusual. I'm glad that Chrissy was interrupted as the umpire came on the court.
No, I was just going to say it's apropos she's wearing that tiara, Serena, because she is the queen for the day.
So you're going to do it separately, are you? Okay. Well, Serena, congratulations. I mean, you've won Grand Slams before, but you were breathing pretty heavy in that last game.
Yeah, I just was trying to take it easy because I said, hey, it's either now or never because I'm playing a 2-time Wimbledon champ, and it's hard to beat Venus here.
This is Sue Barker, a former professional champion from Great Britain. Sue Barker of the BBC.
It was wonderful tennis in that first set. You really raised the level of your play in that tiebreak.
Yeah, I definitely was really fighting in that first set. I served well in the tiebreak. And Venus was, oh, how many balls did she get, guys? She just wouldn't stop running the balls down. I was getting a little upset. But you know, I would like to think, if I have a chance, I would like to thank my God, Jehovah, for, you know, allowing myself and my family and Venus to do so well in tennis. And my mom and my dad and Linda, thank you so much for being always there for me. And I love you. Thank you.
What comes across, it is so much a team effort, so it must be really difficult to actually face your sister. How tough is it preparing for this sort of match?
It's not tough preparing for it at all. We just go out there and we prepare, just practice with each other. It's really not tough preparing for it.
Yeah. But do you talk about what you're going to do in the match, or do you not talk about it the night before?
I hope not. No, we don't really talk about how Venus, okay, I'm going to hit here. No, not at all.
And what about this trophy? It's an absolutely wonderful trophy. As you said, Venus has got two. I think you're going to keep hold of that for a while, aren't you?
I'm going to try at least for a year to keep hold of it. So I'm really excited. And thanks, Carrie, you too, and Joven, and everyone else I forgot.
Okay, congratulations, Serena.
Thank you.
I know everyone would love to hear from you. Twice the champion here, but she returned serve so well today.
Yeah, she just really played every time a better shot. So when there's a better shot, sometimes you have to accept it.
But I mean, it must be difficult because you're obviously disappointed, but thrilled for your sister.
Well, obviously, Grand Slams, this is where it's at, especially at Wimbledon. This is where it all started. So at least I know that sometimes I can look at the trophy.
But don't worry, Venus, because you know when you get home, you can put your 2 next to her 1.
Good idea.
But it's been a fabulous time. And I know your dad, Richard, who's not here, actually dreamed of the 2 of you playing here in the Wimbledon final. So I'm sure you've got a message for him as well.
For sure, that was my dream. Hi, Daddy, I love you. Hi, Grandma, I miss you.
And of course, still a chance for a Wimbledon title in the doubles as well.
Well, yes, that's coming up, the semifinals. I guess we have to hold on because honestly, it's all I have left now.
Wonderfully said, and I know you'll be back next year. Well done, Venus Williams.
Their Sun Family Collection. The 9th consecutive Grand Slam championship won by an American woman, and 6 of them by the sisters. 4 for Venus and 2 for Serena. Of course, Serena had one previous to this stretch. The Duke of Kent and Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra presented the trophies to the sisters today in lieu of the Duchess of Kent.
It's going to be hard for anybody to beat one of these girls on grass. It's looking ahead, though, because their strengths are even more magnified on this fast surface.
And as mom and family and friends watch, they owned not only the court today, they owned the entire Friends box. They had both rows.
That's well said. I think we're inching our way closer to a truly outstanding affair. I think Serena really played an excellent match, and there was moments from Venus. And I think there's going to be times where she's disappointed that she wasn't quite in the flow, and shall we say possibly, Chrissy, intimidated a little at how well Serena was moving.
Yeah, I think the court coverage by Serena, I mean, Venus normally would have put away a lot more balls, but Serena just kept getting them back. The court coverage and the serving, those 2 really made the difference. And the momentum coming in from the French Open. I really thought it might work against her, but It didn't. It just, her confidence was even stronger
You
this
want to win
tournament.
more of those titles when you win this.
And that's where I think it is. Again, a match which was much cleaner than the match they played in Paris a month ago. But now you're looking at the dominant player for 2002 is Serena. Venus heads to the hard courts and eventually to New York, where she's also the two-time defending champion. Will this serve as a little challenge to Venus? As John, you said during the match a couple of times, she has to step it up to play with her sister.
She's someone else who would benefit perhaps a slight subtle, because once you start as a kid doing it, a slight subtle change in motion on her serve.
Yeah, and I sort of wonder, they're 20 and 22. What's going to happen further on down the road? Are they both going to get different coaches? Are they both going to practice with different practice partners? You know, will they split up a little bit if one of them is on the losing end?
And you know what we see here again, I think, should be outlined rather than revisiting past sins. I think it's much more appropriate in a moment like this to congratulate the sisters for the growing grace and dignity in which they handle these situations.
I agree. And in the beginning, when they came on the scene, they were often aloof. They had that image, but let me tell you, the players on the tour didn't welcome them with open arms, and it took a while for everybody to warm up to one another. But one thing about Serena and Venus, they never have anything bad to say about players. The players take pot shots at them, but they don't respond. They say no comment, or that's not what she said, or, you know, Serena even went as far as this year said, you know, I've been brought up to say nice things about people.
Well, there it is, a championship trophy, a championship smile. Bud Collins will be joining us to interview the sisters when we come back. And for the second straight championship, Chris, a little changing of the guard. Serena has done it. She now is clearly indisputably number one.
Well, it appears that way. Venus won 4 in a row, and Serena was feeling left out, and she made some statements this year at the beginning of the year that sort of surprised all of us. I want to win Grand Slams. I want to be number one. A little more intense atmosphere out there, especially that first set. I thought they both came out firing bullets.
And there's no camera today for Venus as it was in Paris, where she so gladly was taking pictures to record Serena's celebration. Very graceful today, but a little more reserved, Venus Williams.
I think she wanted this one a little bit more than the French. I think she felt that she had won 4 in a row, and Serena had been playing so well during the French Open, and she really deserved to win on that surface. But as I said before, Venus has a lot of pride, and this is her turf. She considers grass her best surface, and to have her younger sister beat her, well, maybe now she's the one that's intimidated with Serena.
Think about this, in a Wimbledon where the American men had such trouble, going all the way back to Lindsay Davenport's win here 3 summers ago. That's 12 of the last 13 slams won by an American woman, and the only one that wasn't was Mary Pierce, who, for all intents and purposes, is American.
And these two are so good because they have each other to practice against, built-in practice partners anytime they want. They push each other to higher levels.
And as the sisters pass through the doors, they'll be joining Bud Collins, who's celebrating his 30th Wimbledon. And Venus up first.
Congratulations. There are not many people with 2 Wimbledon titles. But could you have imagined when the year began, you're number 1, you would lose your Wimbledon title, but the trophy would stay in your home?
It's just been a great year so far for me. Obviously no Grand Slams yet, but it's been real monumental, and, you know, I can always share in the good times with Serena, too.
But is there pain of defeat?
Not really. I don't take it so seriously anymore. I realize this is just a game, and when I walk off the court, that part of my life is over. So that's really, I try to keep it on the court.
But are you trying to win out there?
Well, obviously, I mean, no doubt.
No doubt. We've seen that many times. Congratulations. I know you'll be back. Thank you, Venus Williams. And let's have another Williams. She's wearing a tiara of a queen. Serena. Congratulations. France is yours. Wimbledon is yours. Italy was yours. You have the old world triple. Were there any nerves going out there today?
I was so nervous, especially in the last game. I was just, it's like, breathe. You know, I went back to the basic breathing techniques.
Basic breathing. What won it for you?
I think my serve this whole tournament, last time actually when I won the U.S. Open in 1999, my serve was there the whole time, and I think my serve was here this whole tournament, so I'm proud of myself.
You had that hook to the forehand again that was so devastating. Your sister ran well, you ran well. Was there any doubt in your mind after the tiebreaker that you would win?
No, it's just that I wasn't surprised that I won. I was surprised that I won the tiebreak because Venus was playing so well, and I was just fighting to stay in there with her, but... yeah, I'm so happy. I'm doing so well, and I thank my parents so much.
We hear about sibling rivalry. Is there any in your family?
No, we're 30 years from now, really. It's, you know, we're both going to be retired, and we're both just going to live normal lives, and so even 10 years from now, so we don't have sibling rivalry.
Have the sisters intimidated the rest of the tour?
I don't know. We're just here playing tennis and having fun, and we enjoy it. We had a great match today, and I'm Wimbledon champ, and Venus is two-time Wimbledon champ, and they were just really happy.
What are you going to do tonight?
I have to play doubles.
That's right. Good luck, too. But later on.
No. Hopefully if I win the doubles, then we have to play again the next day. I never celebrated for the U.S. Open, the French, or for Wimbledon. I don't know.
Well, you will. You told me that blondes have more fun, and today you did. Congratulations, the face of a champion, Serena Williams, Ted.
And indeed, we'll be seeing, in fact, later on in our coverage today, the Williams sisters are due back on center court to play a semifinal doubles match against, of all people, Anna Kournikova and Chanda Rubin. There was one other singles match on the docket today at Wimbledon. The identity of Leighton Hewitt's opponent in tomorrow's men's championship to be decided. Xavier Malisse, David.
But we hope long may she wave her racket.
Xavier Malisse.
I hope be a good U.S. Open.
Okay. Well, Vilas,
don't forget the final tomorrow.
Yeah. Vilas said that one of his people was going to win Roland Garros. He must have been Wimbledon instead, right?
Yeah. But you never know. Tennis is something great. You never know when it's going to be your week. And I think this is my week, and I would like to enjoy it.
Well, yes,
enjoying it right there.
There you go. David Nalbandian of Argentina, his first Wimbledon, and tomorrow.
Thanks for coming up, David. Good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't ask for anything right now, Chrissy.
We need notes, we need this, we need that, we need some sandwiches, and the runners are nowhere to be found. And our next question is, okay, where's Kournikova playing?
Well, let's invite all the runners into our booth.
And a nice ovation for the sisters as they take the court. Awaiting Kournikova and Rubin. The sisters. You wonder.
You said that the whole time.
Yeah.
The sisters.
The sisters.
Like a rock and roll group. The sisters.
That's when you know you've made it, right? When you don't need your name.
First set. Miss Serena Williams.
I wonder if Serena's been consoling Venus at all the last hour.
I'm sure. I'm sure she has been.
Match. First set.
Or knowing Venus, maybe she's just wanted to be left alone and be by herself, and she's that kind of person.
That was the serve that was so effective for her in the match a couple hours ago.
Well, John, even we've done a couple of their doubles matches, and even in their doubles matches, no one's able to break their serve. I mean, it's to look over and see both of them on the same side. That's really intimidating.
That's an understatement.
30 love.
2 serves, 2 aces.
So much power, yet so much placement at the same time makes it so difficult to even read it.
Nice start, shall we say, from Serena. Got to go for 4 in a row now. First and second.
And maybe
serve.
Anna should just guess which side to run over to.
Come on, Serena. Go for the second serve ace. Yeah, she was going for it.
Rubin was out wide of the court for that.
It's a good play down the line because with the big serve, usually the person at the net does poach. Keep them honest.
Well, it wasn't hit cleanly. It was put in the right position, placed well. Little luck. And perhaps these two could get by the Williams sisters. Maybe a lot of luck will be necessary.
Let, second serve. Game.
So first game to the Williams sisters. Third set. So the 9th point that Kournikova and Rubin have won in this set. The sisters do this to their opponents in singles all the time. Now we see them doing it in doubles. They have a tough set, they drop a set, and then they just come back and play the next set in about 4 minutes.
Love 30.
They're not used to losing, Ted. No matter what it is. Singles, doubles, mixed. They don't like the taste it leaves in their mouth. So that first set, they were still thinking they were going to win the match even after that first set.
I think Serena and Anna thought that was a let. Not the person who matters, John Parry from Great Britain.
Check it. Did you not hear that? Did you do? You can't overrule that?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Play went on.
What do you mean play went? Of course we stopped.
Well,
if you heard a let, you should be able to call it.
No, I didn't hear it.
You couldn't hear a let there?
No, I didn't.
Everybody on the court
But you don't necessarily hear what you hear it down there. And the sheet didn't go off.
But it's a problem. We working? We should.
See, that's my argument for no lets, Ted. Just eliminate that. That's one less thing to worry about. Add a little excitement to the game. Speed it up a little bit.
Back.
15-40.
A surprising miss. They almost ran into each other. Did I miss that?
I like your no let point by that. Chris, do you like that? Would you want to play no let?
I think it's more interesting to hear them arguing.
There'll still be arguments, don't worry. Just not about lets. Spending more of the time serving and staying back, so Serena looking to cut things off for her.
Serena's doing all the work. Maybe they should start hitting down her alley a little bit.
Well, that's what they did the first point of each of these last couple of games. Watch out, everybody. Serena's on the warpath here.
She's playing whole court.
You mentioned this yesterday, Chris, we saw them play, that they do play, the sisters play a lot one up, one back.
Well, that was the one thing they need to learn, to both get into the net, then, because that's dangerous, one up, one back, with two on the other side of the net.
Second set.
Even at love 40, no problem. Venus and Serena come back, force this to a third.
Can't get the job done.
And finally, some blankets being brought out. Alan Mills, the tournament referee, taking charge.
Yeah, sort of.
And eventually, a gentleman who has made a habit of this, we are told. And to be quite honest, it was an entertaining moment here on center court, even in the royal box. The Duke of Kent will be on hand to present the championship trophy today. And we must give the gentleman his kudos for one thing. The flip over the net was beautifully done.
Somersault. It looks like he did some gymnastics here. Well, that's where the grass court makes it easier. Let's not give him too much credit. He needs to work on the gut a bit, for starters.
Should an umpire think that he can call every line? I mean, by overruling his line judges? That was brought up the other day when Tim Henman was the beneficiary of a very questionable call by Jorge Diaz, the umpire. Wayne Ferreira had hit a ball into the corner, the remote corner. Both line judges signaled it was good. It was overruled by Diaz after Henman protested. Well, I've called him long-distance Diaz because he did the same thing at the U.S. Open when Andy Roddick was playing Leighton Hewitt, and it might have been the turning point in the match. This is not an attack on Jorge Diaz. He's a good umpire. It is, however, a question of the overrule rule. When it's so far away, I say, umpire, stay out.
3 feet behind the baseline, why not just hit a shot and come in?
Well, they are more comfortable hitting the ball from the baseline, as at least a lot of the male players are now. And here's set point for the Williams sisters.
Juice.
Here's what you were talking about, Ted, why they have a chance at least, because they only cover half the court. You see, in a singles court, Venus would have blown either one of these off the court with that power. As she did Pascual in the second round. And not quite as easy to hit through
Miss Williams.
particularly if they're solid volleyers.
Although there is one instance where Serena approached, hit the return of serve, came in.
Well, it's just like you said, she's got more bounce to her. She gets in quicker. She seems to be the more comfortable of the two at net.
So, second set point. And there is the first set. So the Williams sisters halfway to a doubles championship.
Hey, if we get...
It's confirmed by the chair umpire. I'm not so sure that's a good call.
Yeah, he's hot. I don't blame him. Pressure on Roddick right here. There's a huge...
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a first.
That is some great stuff. Wow. Anything can happen.
Exactly. Well,
Andy Roddick accepts the crowd's applause. This kid is great to watch. That would have been great for the highlight reel.
you know, a lot of people say, you know...
2 times.
15 love.
That court. Good little volley, though.
Pascual did just the right thing, and Serena almost ran this down. She saw Venus was off the court, try to help her sister out. Just couldn't get quite enough on him.
30-15.
Although both of these players are successful at doubles as a partnership, they both play singles well. Suarez, in fact, a month ago made the quarterfinals in singles at Roland Garros.
And could have made the semifinals. She lost to Clarissa Fernandez in a 3-set match. Beat Emily Mauresmo. That was a good win.
Ruano-Pascual has been top 30 in singles.
She reminds me of Arantxa. She's like the little...
Same legs. That's what
yeah.
she...
Same fighting spirit. Same type of game. I like that move when Serena hits the ball and comes in. I just feel like they're in a more comfortable position with both of them at the net.
Crucial that is to stay alive at 5-all.
She just scooped that ball up, and
5 games old.
A little surprised that Venus missed this shot. Looked like it took a little bit of a bad bounce there, but
even a little surprised. But Suarez just
a survival game, this time to be served by Virginia Ruano-Pascual. Try to send this set to a tiebreak.
so quick. Now she got it. She got the hint. She's got to hit the ball, hit the return, and come in. That's where they're going to win their points. Both players at the net.
I tell you, it was an excellent volley by Serena. Came back to Pascual in a hurry. They're looking to finish things off right here.
They had their chance.
Low 30.
Sisters seem to have this almost power about them when they really want to win or need to win a game. Singles match in which Serena was tested, pushed to 2 tie breaks by a veteran Els Callens, and the tie breaks Serena took over.
Well, here's Venus's chance to end it on her racket, a triple match point.
It is a championship weekend for the sisters.
2 sets to love, 6-2, 7-5.
And it's nice to see Venus with that smile. So the Williams sisters' second doubles championship at Wimbledon. A lot more hardware for the trophy room in Florida.
Ladies doubles prizes.
So Venus Williams, 2 singles titles, and now 2 doubles titles. Sister Serena, singles champion as well. We'll have the championship presentation here, as well as the men's doubles final when we come back to Wimbledon. Here's what championship experience does for you. Serena stopping Ruano-Pascual and Suarez to make sure they curtsy.
Yeah, she's 20 years old. She's like a lot of experience already.
And now the doubles championship presentation, which takes place in the Royal Box at center court. I admire this team. They had a great spirit on the court today. You can tell how much they enjoyed the experience of playing for a championship on center court. And the sisters will enjoy this as well, because their doubles championship here 2 years ago was played on a Monday when they were the only match. They haven't had this experience. Center court in the Royal Box to get their doubles championship. And another very warm and very respectful ovation.
I don't know, though. If they keep winning, maybe they should split up and play with different partners and challenge each other. I don't think that's going to happen. It certainly eases the pain for Venus after yesterday.
Go home with some championship hardware.
I'll tell you, I would think every championship in the world would want the Williams sisters to play doubles. It does add a different element to the competition, doesn't it? So the Williams sisters, champions in both singles and doubles. We're back with the men's doubles after a Sun America Sports Update.
And basically they just stayed to themselves because there was a lot of claim jumping going on.
This was the perfect job for Schmidt, who liked solitude. It was 20 miles across the desert wasteland to the nearest town of Mojave, and mining for gold ore was anything but social. But if Burrow hit...
Never won a match in the majors in singles, and she's also had a couple of big wins over a player named Kournikova on big stages like the Italian Open. So the point is this: she's used to the big court, she doesn't mind it, she's a veteran, she's been around almost 10 years, and as Mary pointed out, if Henin-Hardenne is a little off her best, a little tired, then Virginia Ruano-Pascual can sneak in there with an upset.
Okay, well, I like that point. That's what's up from here. Chris, you should mention it. P. Mac will be joining us for the Ferrero-Ferreira match. But for the moment, back to you, Chris and Jim.
Cliff, thank you. The quarterfinals continue when you come back. Henin-Hardenne trying to dig deep. Ruano-Pascual trying to pull the upset. Show you the coverage of that match right inside after this.
The two players that people think have the best chance to beating one or both of the Williams sisters. Otherwise, it will be 4 straight majors with Venus and Serena in the finals. First set.
Embarrassed Kournikova in the second round, and a huge match with Davenport, which she won. But here's a look at Virginia Ruano-Pascual. She'll fire first.
Been around a while, Virginia Ruano-Pascual, ranked 63rd in the world. Again, she's a very fine doubles player, and we saw it by that first shot. You know, she knows how to go for her strokes. She's handy up at the net. She'll probably come in about as much as Enna.
She's been ranked as high as 28 in the world. She's lost a couple of sets in the middle of her run through to this round.
In the third round, she beat the German Weingartner, who had taken out Jennifer Capriati right away. So she inherited that section of the draw.
Yeah, imagine how tough Henin-Hardenne's draw would have been to beat Davenport 9-7 in the round of 16 in the third, and then face Capriati to maybe face Venus, to maybe face Serena to win it all.
I don't think I can imagine that match. It's too much.
Wow. That did a lot of damage to Lindsay Davenport. Davenport is used to having more her own way on her second serves, but Justine is really doing this well, and there are lots of opportunities in women's tennis still to attack that second serve. Jim Courier was talking about that at the top of the show.
Justine working with Jim Courier's old fitness coach, Pat Etcheberry down in Florida, and that's why I think she'll probably come back. Sometimes it's not so much the physical side of the problem. It's more mental, more nerves that lead to cramps.
Deuce.
Oh, that's nice.
Henin-Hardenne looked a little bit slow when she was wrong-footed. One of the things that she is really known for is her speed. She's not that tall. She can change directions well, but she was late getting to that one, and then Virginia Ruano-Pascual seizes the moment with a drop shot.
So Virginia Ruano-Pascual is on the board, and let's visit now with our courtside commentator, Mary Jo Fernandez.
Thanks, Cliff. Well, I talked to Justine's coach, Carlos Rodriguez, before the match to see how she was feeling physically, and he said that physically she's fine. The IVs did the job they were supposed to do, but mentally she's a little flat. They came out here today to practice. She didn't practice yesterday, didn't play the doubles, withdrew from the doubles, but today they came out and practice, was very flat. He says it's been a big letdown emotionally to defeat Davenport. That was a big obstacle for her, and he had her doing drills right before the match, in the hallway, doing shadow hitting out there, and made her hit for like half an hour, 1 hour before this match, so she would move her feet and get intense again.
Pretty interesting, isn't it? She didn't even play all day.
Australian Open quarterfinals, number 5 seed.
Thank you.
And she's serving at 5-2.
Having won the last 5 games in a row, and it's kind of interesting because a lot of those games have been tough and very physical, but she's kind of snuck up and suddenly winning all the important points. Late arriving crowd just holding up this point. Up the line approach shots are so handy, especially when they land right in the corner for a winner.